Hello, crypto community. Okay, it seems like there's a lot of people out there dissatisfied with Coinbase. I've been looking at their Facebook page. People out like calling them thieves. We got a lot of frustrated people. I don't want this to get out of hand and people to start doing very negative things. What I want is this message to be sent out to the crypto community. We have no choice. The power of one of us is like an ant trying to fight an elephant. Okay? I want everybody to come to this channel, start spreading it around, and we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to get thousands of followers, and we're going to start taking care of this. I know ways of getting things done, trust me. I'll organize us into groups, give specific jobs, specific people that won't take you more than an hour a day, and we'll expose this to the world of what these exchanges are doing to cryptocurrency. Okay? It's not cryptocurrency doing it to the exchanges, it's the other way around. They're taking the only backup that we have to the Federal Reserve System collapsing, and they're just exploiting the crap out of it. Right? Too many people have been robbed that we should all sit here silent and not do anything. Right? I want to begin an organization, appoint officers. All right? I'm going to structure it as I was taught at the banking industry and any trade. I want to structure it. I want people who have backgrounds in finance like I do. I'm a consultant. I'm pretty good at structuring, forming up, putting offices. We're going to be a non-profit or whatever, or an activist group. We really don't have any. We don't need any funding, but what we need is action. Letter writing, emails, phone calls. That's what we're going to organize. We're going to start questioning people. We're going to start asking Coinbase to disclose their offices and make them present to the investors onto their platform, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're under bank charter. You can't just run and hide when people are losing money to open manipulation, which we can prove. And we want to start talking to these people. Why did John Kolinek reject Mr. Russo's email when he was trying to show you the manipulation which he's proved to the world? Why are people's accounts being frozen and they're being told that it's an accident? You're a financial institution. You're not supposed to have accidents or whatever you classify. That's people's money right there. There's a lot of people that are heavily invested. Now again, I keep telling people, don't put in as much as you can afford to lose. I told you this a couple hours ago. It's one of these videos over here, right? That they were going to dump the market, right? Look what happened. How do I know this? Because I know it's the market maker who's manipulating the market, contrary to the falsehood that they stated to the New York Department of Financial Services. Now, voice of one, you could. Right now, I'm just considered a pest to all these organizations, okay, that are defrauding us. So we have to counter by making an organization of officers, and they have to be in charge of a group. How many people have called up today to complain to the SEC? How many people have you emailed? I want hundreds of people emailing the SEC chairman. I also want hundreds of people emailing this IRS crap. Why are you after people that are victims to a scam to pay taxes on something they haven't made any profit on? You were robbed. We're victims. Why are you going after the victims? The person you should be going after is the market maker. Why? Because he made lots of money, and I'm pretty sure he's not reporting it because he's involved in illegal activity. And that's the first call that's going out Monday. All you people who got letters saying that you didn't report your transactions. I reported my transactions as capital gains and capital losses. Okay? If I put in $10,000 and now I only pulled out $6,000 because the price went down, okay? That's a loss. These are considered a security by the SEC. So I treated it as they told me to treat it. This IRS nonsense calling it property, well, securities and bonds are considered property too, and assets. So I don't know what way you guys you could just make up stuff. Well, you didn't report your transactions. Yes, I did. I reported the losses. And why are there losses? Because the market's manipulated. And I reported that as well. But what do? This was like you're a big connect, and they turn around and say, okay, you guys got to pay us for your Big Connect investment. It's just ridiculous. They're one step above Big Connect. So we're going to start organizing. If you got people that you know that invest crypto and took losses, it's time you introduce them to my channel and you start spreading this around. You don't have to subscribe. What I need you to do is a little work to get your investment back instead of sitting there and thinking it's hopeless. You'll be surprised of the things that you can do. Believe me, I went against big companies by myself, and I always won. Always won. So I'm the perfect guy for this job. We're going to start organizing. It's going to take us about a month. We're going to see who's got what. We're going to actually have you send me a resume. Then we'll say this guy could do this position, this guy could do this position. You're in charge of going after Coinbase. Your group says that we want to know why your market makers manipulating the market. And you guys haven't done anything. You refuse to arbitrate when people have asked you for arbitration. And then you say, here's the proof. Why? You understand we got to start a drive. We have to get thousands of people here. Thousands of people have been extorted. People, you can't just sit there and do nothing. You know? Do you think the president's sitting around doing nothing all day, or is he working hard? He's the head of an organization. He points it in the right direction, no matter how you vote. How do you think these businesses get things done? They're organized. They have people doing certain jobs. Right? You divide the work. Many hands make light work. So we need many hands. We need all hands on deck. So if you're watching, I don't care which part of the world you're in. Okay? If you're in Coinbase, you have every right. They've done the same thing to you, whether you trade in British pounds, euros, or USD. Okay? The company is rooted in LA in the United States. The complaints got to come from all over the world. Put them in your native language. We'll translate them. We're going to keep a database of all the stuff that these guys are doing, and then we're going to start getting after the SEC chairman. I have his email. Let's fill up that email box. Let's fill it up. Let's tell him, hey, the IRS. We go after the IRS. You guys are coming after us when we're the victims of a crime. Leave us alone. We suffered enough. You know. Even though we don't owe them anything, most of us are smart enough to know what capital gains and capital losses is, and that's how I classify my stuff. So asking me to go amend my paperwork isn't really proof of a crime that I should be prosecuted for. So what we need to do is, again, is organize. You guys, we got to go live streams. We got to start doing this. We have to save crypto from these people. We have to save it. There's nothing else left if the market crashes. These guys will just run the market like the Fed, pumping out coin, doing all kinds of dirty deals to us. Now, if I didn't know what I was talking about, I wouldn't be able to tell you about this crash that just happened. Look, telling you what the market maker is up to. This is a market maker induced crash, and I showed you how he's doing it. And I showed you yesterday what his intent was, and now here goes his handiwork. Now, if you bought it here, the IRS is going to come after you after you've been brought down to here, telling you that you owe them money after these scoundrels from Coinbase ripped you off, and knowingly ripped you off. This is provable. In a court of law, if I were to bring this evidence into a court of law, these guys would be in serious problems. Serious. Now look, they're ditching it. Look at this. If you can't tell this is the market maker, look. Boom. 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 That's somebody concerned about keeping the price low. This is the market maker. I don't care how much there is the resistance there is to buy. I want this market down, and I will use my trades to manipulate this market down. And there you go. Look at the losses we're taking today. And yet the IRS has the nerve to send out letters saying that we owe them money. Like we're insane. We're not going to report our losses. So I need people, man, we need to get organized. Now, the way I want to get organized is my email is johnrusso@gmail.com. It's the same as here, johnrusso007@gmail.com. Start email me, tell me what you do for a living. We're going to start to organize. We're taking back control of crypto from these guys. Wales, if you're there, we need your help too. All right, you can't stand there as an island onto yourself and think you're going to take on this giant monopoly that they got going. It's just not going to work if you try to do it yourself. Fight these guys. We need to organize. We need whales. We're not asking for no money. We're just going to assign specific tasks in our own best interest, the same way that this monopoly does. All right, we have to form our own guild. Basically, that's what it is. We have to have our own discussions. Everything here we're doing is legal. Now we're trying to, what the group is organized to do is what? To prevent the members from being victims of organized crime. And that's what this is. This is a racket. This is organized crime. All right? We're standing against organized crime. So you should be very proud of that fact, that you're doing that. And all of these TNA guys, oh my God, I don't want none of you guys there. None of you. Because none of you guys, you change your perspective any way the market manipulator moves you to change it. Yesterday, it was going down. This morning, it was going up. And what happened? It went down. It shows you guys don't know absolutely nothing, or unaware, or even want to acknowledge that this manipulation is going on. All right, so you're blind. I don't think any amount of showing you math or something is going to make a difference to you. You're just lost. You're so in love with the woman that cheats on you. You don't want to see anything. So we need to organize people, and I got some people. We're going to organize the young and the old. We're going to have, the senior people with trading backgrounds like myself, 50-something or other. Of course, we're going to be on top because we got the most experience. If we see new talent, you'll be brought up in the organization. We have to do this, and it has to be worldwide, or we're going to get robbed. It's just it. We have to send these people a message. If we do manage to get donations, or anybody wants to donate money, you don't have to trust me. We'll set it up to where we need some kind of multiple signatures, and who's 2 or 3 multiple signatures to move any funds. If everybody chips in, we're pretty sure if we're going to get a lawyer, we get a lawyer, and we all see how much it costs. We all agree, and we all chip in and get the lawyer. All right. And then you can confirm with the lawyer if he's been paid or not. Nobody centralizes the funds, right? If you don't send it to me, then I send it to the lawyer. If the lawyer says we need X amount of money to represent you, and everybody agrees we all send in $20 each, you just send the $20 directly to the lawyer, and everybody's responsible for sending their share, and then we get a lawyer that way. Nobody trust anybody. You don't centralize authority, then you don't have to worry about that central authority stealing your money. This is what happened with crypto. You see, we centralized their authority to this exchange. They have one market maker monopolizing the market. The market maker, who's also a manipulator, is now able to predate on the other clients of Coinbase. We've been exposed to this predator as soon as we came to this exchange and deposited our money, and then we lost everybody, 90% of the people lost all of their money because of this predator. So now we have to fight against this predator. We have to hunt them. We have to go out in the woods. Like you ever see a tiger hunt? Surround them and then kill them. We already know. I already proven that he's manipulating the market, people. We have the proof. Now if we start a letter bomb campaign, an email bomb campaign, a phone call bomb campaign to all these agencies, eventually they're going to get sick and tired of hearing all of this. First, we have to teach most of you people who got ripped off, you don't know how you were ripped off. That I will show you if you were in Litecoin. Now, to tell you the truth, this market makers across all the trading pairs on Coinbase, and I have found that he's done the same on all the cryptocurrencies. In Litecoin, he's been using 50 coin to manipulate the price of the whole Bitcoin market on Coinbase. And I can prove that too as well. So now it's time to organize. It's time to stop talking. And I'm going to give updates. Oh, we got 1,000 members. We'll use my subscription as the membership for us. And then we're going to talk on live stream. What are we going to do? Okay, the first thing we need to do is something simple. We start off with something simple that everybody can do. Email the chairman of the SEC. If you're in New York, email the agent of the New York Department of Financial Services. Okay, that's the first thing we can do. All right, and that's very easy, but we need a lot of people to do it. We need them to say, wow, there's a lot of people coming in complaining about this market manipulator on Coinbase, robbing everybody, and here's the proof. We got 1,000 calls. We got 1,000 emails. What's going on here? That's how you get things done. We have to be noticed first. We have to be the squeaky wheel so we can get the oil. So everybody out there that watches my channel, you don't have to be enthusiastic. All we have to do is say, okay, we're being asked to send emails to this. Just send a, I'll even, you know what, I'll even put together the email. And then we can have, if there's some way we can get signatures or email address, I attest that this is going on. I can add your emails and phone numbers or something on there. I'll even put the email and we'll get 1,000 signatures. A petition. That's a good way to start. We could do one of those petitions, those online petitions, and we could do it that way. Sign the petition that this exchange needs to be investigated. That's the first step. And I'll probably need people that know how to do that, because I never done that before. So that's a good step right there. We can get sign the petition. These guys are corrupt. Sign the petition to be investigated by the IRS and by the SEC. These guys have a market manipulator. Here's the evidence. Here's the New York Department of Financial Services. Mr. Russo, who's a consultant and worked for banks for 20 years, who was internal investigations for Citibank in private banking, the highest value accounts in the whole Citibank. He's done an investigation. Here it is. Here's the simple math, the arithmetic. Or you can call it, here's the devil's arithmetic. Coinbase being the devil. This is how they're ripping off people. Here it is. These guys need to be brought in. Here's the tweets from Charlie Lee and Brian Armstrong where they pumped and dumped, like Steve Madden and Jordan Belfort did with Steve Madden stock. That's it. We have to stand up and be recognized. You know, we have to become the angry mob, because the angry mob is the only way that gets attention. And we all know that. Look in the streets. The angry mob is getting the cameras put on. The angry mob. So unfortunately, we have to become the angry mob. So let's organize people. Get some people in here who know how to do a petition. Send a petition. Start email bombing the SEC. We need to do that. That's very simple. That'll take you no more than 15 minutes. I'll put it together, the text of the email, and you just put your name in it. And it shows that we're organized. We're a group of blah, blah, blah. We have discovered upon investigation several different investors This is the credentials of this guy. This is the credentials of this guy. This is what we found. We want something done. Why? The IRS is after us. They're telling us we didn't file all our transactions. Meanwhile, we did at a loss. And the loss was occurred by this market maker. Yet you're coming after us, but you won't penalize these guys for the mass theft they did. How about you tax them for all the money they stole from us? That's a start if you're looking for money in crypto for unpaid taxes. All right, people. Let's get organized. Let's drive forward. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Stop sitting on your hands. Stop being afraid. These people can't do nothing to you. Whatever they've done already, they've stolen your money already. It's done. It's time to fight back.